There's no denying that this hurricane season is already extremely active, but it's just getting started as we approach the peak of tropical activity. This peak between late August through early October is due to a number of meteorological factors. 1. Less vertical wind shear that can rip apart fledgling storms. 2. More tropical waves, often the origin for many tropical systems, move off the coast of Africa. 3. Dry, dusty air from the Sahara becomes less prevalent, no longer widely suppressing development. And finally, water temperatures in the tropical Atlantic are at their warmest during this time. Let's focus on that last factor. Water is the source of a hurricane's power. The warmer the water is, the more energy a hurricane can tap into. Sea surface temperatures have to be nearly 80 degrees or warmer for tropical systems to form. And in September, temperatures average around 85 degrees, the warmest they'll be throughout the entire year. That may seem wrong, as September brings slightly cooler temperatures to us along the start of fall, but the thing is, we're accustomed to ambient or air temperatures. Water takes much longer to heat up. If you prefer tea over coffee, you'll experience this each and every morning. You fill up the kettle, crank up the stove, and you wait. The metal that makes up this kettle gets hot quickly while the water inside takes time. This is described by an object's heat capacity, describing the amount of heat needed to raise the temperature by 1 degree. Some materials, like metal, have a very low heat capacity. It doesn't take much for it to get hot. Water, on the other hand, has a high heat capacity. It has to absorb a lot of heat to warm it up. Air's heat capacity falls in the middle, not nearly as low as most metals, but several times smaller than air. Finally. Now imagine this kettle is a million times larger, the size of the Atlantic, and the heat source is not the stovetop, but the sun. While we've been baking in the heat since May, the Atlantic has been lagging behind, absorbing the sun's warmth all summer, slowly heating up into the 80s. This warm bathwater will allow for hurricanes to become much stronger. Historically, 85% of major hurricane activity occurs after August 20th. Water temperatures will begin to cool alongside an increase with vertical wind shear by November, bringing an end to hurricane season that I'm sure all of us cannot wait for. For this week's Moment of Science, I'm Storm Team 2 meteorologist David Dixon.